Welcome back to another episode of the solo house flipping series, and we are moving on to day 40 of the project. And Jang was looking awfully depressed this morning because he's staying home with mom. But this poor carpenter is off to work, and we are headed down in the basement to get this room primed. First thing we need to do is to get that paint bucket poured out and get that all filled up so we are ready to go. In this bedroom, I am going to start with that ceiling and get this primer on, and I'm going to follow up by doing the walls. I'm also going to go around with that paintbrush and cut in that top edge. That way I have a nice and coverage all over so that I'm ready for paint. This has been a long time coming, and I'm really happy with how this drywall is turning out. You don't always can tell how well your drywall looks until you get that primer on, and it is looking nice and smooth. Now that that bedroom's done, we are going to be moving into the walk-in closet, and it is going to be pretty much rinse and repeat of what we did in the bedroom. Unfortunately, we have this gas line in the ceiling in the bedroom as well as the closet, but that's all right. I will just make some kind of box out that goes over it, and I will paint it to match the ceiling. That way it will have a nice easy transition and will look very natural. Now let's get the rest of this primer on. I'm going to continue putting it on these walls. I'm just going to get a nice thin coat on. You don't need to put too much of it on. You just need to seal that drywall paper. And this is what it looks like when all of that primer is on in this closet, and it is looking good to go. Next step is to move into this downstairs bathroom to get this all primed. And in my opinion, these small spaces take a lot longer time to paint and prime compared to nice big open walls. When I first started painting, my dad started me in a closet, and I'll tell you what, it took this poor carpenter a long time to finish it, but that's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes these small areas will just take much longer to paint than the big open spots. And here we go. This is what it looks like when it is all primed and ready for paint, and I am really happy with this progress. We have everything all primed up, so what we need to do is to get this cleaned. It is really important to keep your tools and your pan nice and clean. That way you can save them and use it in the future. Next up on my list today is to get this framed up for that new LED fireplace. Once again, this is what it looks like, what I am going for, just a smaller version of this. And it's really important to pick out which one you are going to use so that you have those rough opening dimensions. Now that I have that all set, I am going to mark center and make sure that this fireplace is centered and also the appropriate height. I want to make sure that is a good distance off the floor so that I can have a mantle, and also so that you can fit a nice TV above it. And this is what it looks like when that opening is all framed up. Now what's left to do is I need to run that outlet for that fireplace as well as an outlet for that TV. And I'm going to be using one of these One Gang new construction boxes. I'm just going to take that wire that I previously ran. Remember, I ran a dedicated circuit for this LED fireplace. So I'm going to get that set in place, and then I'm going to run my new wire from that box up to where the TV is going to go. And this is what it looks like when it is all framed and the electrical is set, and we are ready to get that new LED fireplace in. Now that that's all done, we are going to head upstairs because I want to start getting some of this finished paint up in this area. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to disconnect that light. That way I can paint around it. I'm also going to be taking off any of those vents or electrical faceplate covers and just sand and get everything nice and vacuumed. Once again, we are going to be using this Benjamin Moore White Dove in eggshell. So I'm going to get that paint pan filled up, and we are going to be good to go. I'm just going to start getting this all painted, starting with the ceiling and then working on those walls. And this is looking really good, so let's start with the day 40 recap. For labor, I have 324 hours, and then for material, I have $19,900 in. That big jump from day 30 was because I spent over $5,000 on those cabinets. Now that hallway is done, I am going to be transitioning to the kitchen. I'm just going to be sanding down any of those high spots, and I'm also going to be filling in any low spots with spackling. I don't need to get paint all over in this kitchen because there's no need to put paint behind those new cabinets. So I'm just going to fill it in where it is required, and it is looking really good. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. Now that kitchen is done, we are going to be transitioning into this bathroom to get that white dove on once again. That wall behind the toilet, I am going to be putting a shiplap paneling on, making it go horizontal, and I'm going to be painting it that natural linen color, just as a nice little accent in this bathroom. The rest of the walls is going to be that white dove. And this is looking really good, and that is going to be a wrap for day 40, and it was a great day today. Now let's get home and tuck Django into bed.